We're here in the kitchen with Sarah Giles. She's a North Shore native and avid outdoors woman and loves to bird hunt. And tell us what recipe we're making today.
Today we're making a recipe from my dad. It's wood duck with a red wine hunter sauce over some wild rice. First step is mince your shallots and cut up your mushrooms if you haven't, and then we'll put a little bit of seasoning.
So we're just putting a little bit of a Cajun seasoning here, and you want to do both sides, correct?
Yep, both sides. Helps get a little bit of a nice crust on it when you sear it in that hot pan. It's the sound you want when you're searing. If it doesn't make that noise, it's not going to get the good crust.
That sizzle. Now wood duck breasts are they're pretty big, but they still cook really fast. But I imagine if you're doing this with a smaller duck like a teal, it's going to be very quick.
Right. Yep. So we're just going to let them sit. Don't try to move them yet or else they'll stick. Want to let them set up for a little bit.
All right. And it looks like the duck breasts are getting close to flipping. They're starting to plump up a little bit.
Yep, starting to plump up. You can tell they're not sticking. Getting a good crust on the bottom. So we can go ahead and check them.
All right.
Yeah, that looks good.
To be 100% honest, I'm probably one of those people that 9 times out of 10 is making duck poppers. So, not because, you know, I'm not afraid to cook, I just really like them. But it's good to learn a new way to cook duck and kind of make myself a little more advanced in my cooking.
Yep, these might convert you from duck poppers. Another recipe for the repertoire.
All right, let's get these babies off, let them rest, and start making our sauce.
So they've been on probably
5 minutes or so?
Yeah, 5 or 6 minutes. Should be nice and tender in the middle. And then I'll add a little bit more oil. And then we'll get those shallots going.
Next
we're gonna add some salt and pepper. And then we'll add the mushrooms. So you don't need your shallots fully cooked right now, just kind of where they're beginning to caramelize. And then we'll go ahead and add these mushrooms.
As Chef John Fols would say, Martha, you are elevating your knowledge of cooking duck. It's all about trying to figure out new ways to cook it.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and add some minced garlic, about a teaspoon. Just saute that for 30 seconds or so, not even. Nobody likes to taste the burnt garlic. So we're gonna add any red wine that you have around.
I admit I bought this wine for the bottle.
Martha does love her bluefin tuna. Add about a half cup.
The rest will go in other cups.
Yep. So we're gonna simmer that. You wanna reduce the wine by about half.
Okay. Does it start to thicken at all, or does it stay kind of watery?
This is a little bit of a thinner sauce, but it will definitely start to thicken some.
All right, what do we have next?
All right, so once your red wine is reduced by about half or so, you're gonna add about a cup and a half of just beef stock to give a little bit more volume and some flavor to that sauce we're gonna put over our duck.
All right, and the famous Lee & Perrins Worcestershire. How much of this do we want to shake in there?
About a teaspoon or so, teaspoon and a half.
Bam. All right, let's let this work its magic. We're gonna let it simmer down.
So we made some wild rice. We've got our seared duck breasts and our red wine hunter sauce. We're gonna put it all together.
All right.
So yep, just set those right on top of the rice, and then once your sauce is reduced, it's not a super thick sauce, but it shouldn't be watery. So spoon that right on top. Shallots are nice and caramelized.
Man, this looks like a recipe for a cold day. Coming in off hunting and can't really feel your hands eat this, and just life comes back to you.
Yep, it's nice and hearty.
Admittedly, both of us are a little congested, but even with my cold, I can smell that, and it smells awesome. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit of rice on here. Get a shallot.
All the goodness in one.
All right.
What you think? Good?
It's going in the cookbook.
Nice.
Sure. So once again, remind folks what this is called.
It's wood duck and a red wine hunter sauce.
Courtesy of Mr. Giles. Thank you, Sarah.
Yep, thanks, Dad.